So then, good evening, everyone. So then, so normally we all know that technical special technical difficulties were expected, though they are unexpected. So really, we had a small technical issue due to this power interruptions as well as internet issues. So now I think everything is clear here. So until the others are joining, so I'll just have a small chat with you all. Hopefully, you people and myself had not been met earlier. So this may be our first meeting, and not only this. So as I announced through my previous upcoming advertisements, I said you that so we will continue a big seminar series. So then all of you are expecting to sit for your O levels in this coming February. As you all heard, it won't be postponed. That's good really in one side. Why? Then you are finishing your O levels, right? So then other realistic incident is, say that they have postponed that by 1 month, then what will happen? You will have a certain relief. Oh, okay. So now the exam has been postponed for 1 month. Then what you are doing? Will you utilize that 1 month or will you waste that 1 month? Now you start to enjoy telling that now we have more time for our O levels. That will happen for the majority, but not for everyone. Therefore, in my side, I'm telling that fixing the O levels onto February is a good decision. Fine. Somehow you have to struggle and achieve the target. We'll see. The other thing is, still until the others are joining, right? Normally, you people don't know who I am. I'll introduce myself in a while. Until then, normally, when I'm doing my sessions, I don't talk much unnecessary things. I'm just going for the exact points, teaching or utilizing your time as much as possible to give you the subject contents. That's my pattern normally. Now, if I am to introduce who I am, so I am from Kandy really, and I am an experienced teacher to teach A-level ICT subject. So I'm doing my A-level classes from the day where the A-level ICT syllabus has been invented. It was introduced in somewhere around 2011, the first A-level paper. So then there were kids, there were students from that batch, then 2012, 13, 14 likewise. So I'm continuing. Then the incident why I am decided to do a certain O-level seminar covering the online platform. So then when I am searching for the O-level free contents in online, really I didn't find English medium O-level contents for ICT. So then I saw a certain vacuum in the online platform, especially for our English medium children. Most of the O-level ICT sessions I found in YouTube or else the online platforms are bilingual. Mostly explanations are going in Sinhala as well as the text are in English. So then that's a certain bilingual pattern. Okay, I don't discriminate or I don't claim in any way, but simply I'm telling that. So then my target is to cover a complete English medium session, especially for the English medium children. I think that you will appreciate that since there were no such contents found yet. Right? That's the point why I thought of doing a session like this. Now, on the other way around, some other description or other message, the thing is, now the O-level syllabus has been prepared for the people who are in age 13, 12, 13, likewise. So, you people are still emerging. Right? So, then it is scheduled to be covered in 2 years. Now, I met you people having 1 month, only 30 days, right? So then this is a 2-year syllabus. If I am to give you days, this is around how many days per year? 365. Say that 350. Then 700 days content is going to be summarized within few hours. So then sometimes for some people there can be some uh, doubts, since you people are meeting me only in few hours, right? But I think that don't expect everything from the very beginning. Now I believe that you people have prepared for your O levels with subject contents. So then you have a certain basement, right? So then based on that idea, thinking in that level, you have a certain basement, thinking in that level, I am briefly explaining what to come, as well as focusing on our exam questions, right? So then I think that pattern would be working rather than going from the very bottom level. Now we have only 1 month more. So again, I request you to be with me for a certain time, and then you will be compatible with my teaching, right? Hopefully this is the first time we meet. So some people have different mentalities. Some people expect very fast, some people may expect very slow, medium. But for everyone, I believe that if you be in the session for a certain time, you will get adapted to the pattern, and then you can grab more things than what you have at the moment, right? So my effort here is to give you more than what you have, right? So this is a free session, really to fill the vacuum, as I told earlier. Then I think we can start the session now. So we have enough time given for the crowd to join. Then at this moment, today my plan is to cover the spreadsheet part as well as database part. They were found in grade 10 syllabus, thinking that you people may not memorize that since it was done long ago. But I know that you are getting ready for the paper, then you have improved a little. But I'm just revising them, and I have shared the tutorial with you earlier, the PDF file, so that you can, I inform earlier, download it, get it printed. Hopefully, I'm going to cover around 3 years of papers focusing onto these areas. Right? Again, when I'm going through the papers, I know that, or everyone knows that, Excel spreadsheet is one complete second paper question. Database is another one complete question. If you can do them well, out of 4 writing questions, you are doing 2. If you can do them completely, most of your paper had been done to a certain level, right? We'll try to get the confidence among these two from today's session. So I'll give my fullest support. I know that you had gone to some O-level classes, good. Your school teachers and your friends might have assisted you to come into this level. So I'm giving another support for you to improve from that point onwards, right? So try to get the maximum out of this session. We'll continue here onwards, right? So then let's begin. Now in this case, I'm just preparing a small presentation to give you a brief description, right? As well as if you have some doubts, you may just give some chat messages in the YouTube chat room. You can just start your things. Then we'll see. Right. Now, initially I'm going to cover the spreadsheet part, since it is quite easy for most of our children. Then we'll start from an easy section, focusing on the areas. Right. So I'll just give a certain basement as well, a certain basic background. We'll see. When you go for Excel, or when you go for the spreadsheet, simply we all know that that is completely based on calculations, right? Right. So if I start an Excel sheet, everyone knows this. So then this is supporting a lot to do many more calculation works. Then in this case, we have right. So then In this case, we have the uh, address bar, sorry, the formula bar, and then the cells available. So with respect to the cells, we can insert different values, no issue, and then we can insert numbers, so they are okay for you, right? So then with respect to the work, I'm going to cover or introduce you. Now when you go for the spreadsheet, first we go for the contents called as cells. So everyone knows this, right? Simply in the spreadsheet, we have a cell. So cell is addressed using the column name and the row number. So columns are usually named using letters, rows are usually labeled using numbers. Very simple. So active cell is found whenever your cursor is moving on, and that particular active cell address is listed somewhere here in the name box. They are simple, everyone knows, right? Then the other point here is the selecting of cells. Still, these are the images extracted from your school book, and now you all see that this selected area, he is selecting more than one cell, right? There the column B had been used while covering the rows 2, 3, 4, 5. Then this is covering the cells. What are those cells? B2 here, B2 cell, right? Wait, I'll just activate. Fine. Now here, this is one of the cells that has been selected here, right? So then that cell address is going to be, the column is B, row is 2, and that's going to be B2 cell. Right? Not only that, even it's covering the other cell, this one, that is still having the column B, the row number 3, that's going to cover B3. The other cell is going to be B4. The next one, still the B column as well as, so this is B4. Then the next cell is going to be B5. That's covering the cell B5. So simply it covers the cells B2, B3, B4, B5. They are the cells covered by this selection. You know that. And that selection can be specified in this manner. Everyone knows this, I know that. When you go for the starting cell and the ending cell, we separate them from the colon. B2 colon B5. Right? So especially if you go back to the cell range here, this is the B2 cell, starting cell, and this is the ending cell, B5 cell. So all would be covered in this symbolization B2 colon B5. So then this is very important fact defining the range, right? So that's what the first thing I want to highlight. When you go for the cell values or the cells, we should be able to detect the range of cells. So that is using the column, right? At the same time, if you are going to select somewhere like this, now help me Pute. This cell range has to be covered. You all can see on the screen. I'll share the screen if you want, right? Then give me the cell range. What I have selected here. Just in the chat box. Just to say that. Now this is simple, right? This is not an exam question even. Just tell me what is the cell range specified here. I have selected. Hurry up, hurry up, hurry up, hurry up, hurry up, hurry up, hurry up. A simple work. Boys, girls. So give me a support. Then I can find that you people are supporting me or encouraging me to continue this nicely, right? So put the cell range that I have selected here. The screen is shared. You all can see the red color selection. What is it? Fine, going well. A1 to A3. Thank you. Then that's going to be A1 to A3. Why? The first cell is A1, excellent. The last cell is A3. That's going well. Then that has to be written. The writing is important. A1 colon A3. Good. Right. Then one another thing, just to revise your knowledge for the still give me another support. I'm giving one other selection. Now I want to cover still from my pen, right? These cells. Help me. It was stuck, I think. Wait, I'll that happened now. Fine. Right. Now this is cell range. Give me the value quickly. The cell range. So the starting cell is somewhere here. So the starting cell is somewhere here. Now the ending cell for this particular range. What is that? Starting cell there, ending cell range here. Then give me the cell addresses. Yes, going well. Right, starting in A2, ending in C5. Excellent. Right, fine, going well. Right. So then now it seems that you people are going well on this regarding our handling. Right. Then the next thing. Now I am still giving one other question. B2 to D4. What are the cells that are included? Very simple. B2 to D4. What are the cells included? From cell B2 to D4. What are the cells included? Very simple. What are they? Starting cell is B2, fine. Ending cell is D4, somewhere here. If so, all these cells are covered by the particular area. Right. Then what are the cells that are covered in it? Simply, why it's not writing? From this, the cells are to be covered are B2, this is one cell, B2, and then C2, then D2, then after that we go for B3, C3, D3 as well as B4, C4, D4. Hope that you understood it. Right. So then with that particular cell range, we have B2 cell included, this B2, and then C2 on the same range, D2, as well as B3, C3, D3, B4, C4, as well as D4. Right. So then thank you for your support, Pute. Everyone gave me the big support. Really, I appreciate it. Right. Now we'll go further. That's my first introduction to cover the range of cells. Right. Next, we'll go further. The other part. When you do our Excel, we said that it is supporting calculations. Then these are the basic operations we all are doing, right? So other than this, you all know that there are many more complex operations, addition, so that supports with addition supports with the operator sum or addition, subtraction, multiplication goes with the star sign, shift with 8, division slash, then this is going to be exponent. So they are the operators that we are going to handle in our scope, in our syllabus, right? So then that's okay. The next thing, when you are going for these operators, we have to consider the operator precedence. This is very important. What is this operator precedence? You can remember that the maths part, your O-level maths. This thing, can you remember? The priority of your operators in maths, right? Brackets, then order, division, likewise. Then when you are being given a mathematical operation, what is going on now? Then here you have, can you remember that? When you go for maths like operation, still the same. Maths operation 7 plus 3 into 5, right? Then divided by, likewise, then we have to have the operation order, right? So that is still available in Excel, but we don't go for much more operators along with the same operators, brackets. This is the second priority. What is this operator, Pute? First operator is bracket, okay. Second operator is exponent. So exponent in the sense power. 2 exponent 3, what is the answer? 2 into 2 into 2, 2 to the power 3. Right? Simply we write this as 2 to the power 3. Then that gives you 4 into 2 is going to be 8. So then this is going to be the exponent operator. Everyone knows this power operator. Then this is going to be the multiplication operator. That is the next prioritized operator. You will know that. And then division, both are in the same level. Now this is another confusing event. Right? First bracket, multiplication, division, again plus and minus are in the next level, fourth priority level. Okay, don't worry, I'll just explain this. Some people may have a knowledge, some people may not have a knowledge. We'll see. If you are to perform something like this, 7 plus 3 into 6. Now, which one is going to be operated at first? What is the first operator according to this priority? First bracket. Do we have bracket here? No. Next, exponent. Do we have exponent? Still not there. Next, multiplication. Do we have multiplication? Yes. If so, what do? I am operating this. That's the way how Excel is going for the operation. First of all, we have to do that using our brain. Right? Then first we do this. 3 into 6. What is the answer? 18. One other notice. I am very poor in maths, right? Sometimes when doing calculations, if there are errors, inform me. Okay. Good at ICT, but not good in maths. Okay. Right. Then 3 into 6. Okay. You may get to know about myself in a while, right? 3 into 6, 18. That's the first priority operation. Then my expression turns into 7 plus 18. Why? This is the first priority with the available operators. Got this answer. And then this has not been executed at the first time. Then after that, plus is there. Plus has the fourth priority. So I am doing so. And now 7 plus 18, what is the answer? I think that it's 25. Is it? So then in that way you may get the answer. Okay. Now I am giving you another small place for you to understand. We'll see. If you consider an operation like this, say that 5 minus 3 plus 4 minus 2. 5 minus 3 plus 4 minus 2. Plus and minus are the operators available. Then out of plus and minus, which operator will you do at first? What is going to be done at first? Then what again? Which operation will you do? Plus the minus the, what is the first one to be done? Hey, all are in the same level, then you can do this as well as this one. We don't have any gap. At that moment, of the given, listen carefully, Pute. This is the point. Now, this is the note, forget about it. Learn that these two are of the same level. Hurry. Point here is, whatever the available operators, we execute them from left to right. Hurry. If there are similar level operators like this, even we have another similar level operator here, then we keep executing from left to right. If so, am I doing this plus the, am I doing this minus the, am I doing the first minus the? If I am going to go for left to right, first minus has to be executed. Why? These are available in the same priority level. Hope that you are clear. Right? So, I may not give you notes for this. If you want, you may take them somewhere in your notebook, considering what it is. Right? So, then that's your work. The thing is, giving notes is different from person to person. Right. Then this is the one I have to execute at first. Why we have to go from left to right? Why? When there are same level operators. When we have same level operators, the execution goes from left to right. Hope that you understood it. Right. Then now we'll execute this. First, this is going to be executed. 5 minus 3 is going to be 2. Then the remaining part, I am rewriting them in this way. Of this blue color one, what is done next? Again, both are of the same level. And I am going for left to right. This is going to be 6, I am using this, minus 2. Then now we have only one operator available, that's going to be 4. This is the way how you go for the answer. Is it? Right. Then I'll just try this in the Excel sheet for you to prove it, what that answer is. Right. 5 minus 3, okay. 5 minus 3, okay, we'll see. Right. Here I am using a certain cell and typing that equals 5 minus 3 then plus 4 minus 2. Right. So, we get the answer as 4. You understand that? Right. So, then whenever we have similar operators, that's the way how you execute it. Hope that you are clear. So, that's another hidden fact for the majority. Hope that you all got it. Right. Then in that manner, I am just giving you some small parts for you to do. Right. Hurry up. Now do this. There are 2 questions. Give me the answers quickly. So remember the priority. I'll just note down the priority in a corner. First bracket, somewhere here. Then exponent, multiplication, division, plus and minus. Then do the questions. I think it won't take that long time. Yes, going well. For the first one, no issue. Multiplication has high priority than this. Then I am doing these two. This is going to be 24 minus 3, giving you 21. Fine. This side, division, multiplication. Which has the high priority, Puta? Division and multiplication has the Same level, we go from left to right. Excellent. We do this at first, and then this is going to be 2 into 2 makes it as 4. Right. Then the next one, these two. Hurry up. Hopefully, there will be a single MCQ from an area like this. Continue. Got. Then the left hand side one, this is minus 4, you will see that. Divide by 3. And the priority, I will rewrite that again, brackets, exponent, multiplication and division, plus and minus. And division has the higher priority. Minus 4 divided by 2 is going to give you minus 2. And then remaining minus 3 is there, making that as minus 5. Good. It has to be minus 5. Yes, going well. Then the other side, still quite lengthy. Exponent has high priority. 2 to the power 3, you know that power 3, makes it as 8. Other operators remain as it is. Right. Then with multiplication and division, multiplication has a high priority. 8 into 4, 32. Minus 5. Then what is this? 32 minus 5. 7. Eh? This is going to give you minus 27. Am I? Yes, going well. Right. Then now the most of the doubts of this priority order has been solved. Yes, we have 2 more questions. Get it quickly. Now this is a real exam level work. Then you are done. Get it? Right. Now how to execute this? Still I am rewriting that. Bracket, exponent, multiplication, division, plus and minus. We will get it quickly. Here 12 minus divide by multiplication and exponent. If so, we have to give priority for the exponent. 3 to the power 2 is 3 into 3 makes it as 9. Then this is going to give you 9. Other operators remain as it is. Right. Then division and multiplication is there. This has high priority. This is making it as 3 into 9 minus 3. Still this has the high priority. This is going to give you 27 minus 3, making this as 24. Right. Now the other side, bracket is also there. And bracket has the high priority, keeping the rest as it is. 4, 5 plus 4 is going to give you 9, divide by 12 plus 1. Hurry. Then multiplication, division, plus. Multiplication has to be the first priority. This is giving you 36 divide by 12 plus 1. Then 36 divided by 12, 3 plus 1 makes it as 4. Right? Right. Then now no issues. This is fine. A simple point. Right. Then we are moving into the next part. Right. now we'll gradually we'll continue. Next one is in Excel we have available functions as well as formulas, right? So when it comes to Excel, so everyone still everyone knows this. When you go for Excel, yes, this is an Excel sheet. There we can get functions, right? Normally you people are, I don't know how you have practiced. In my side, I am using Excel to use the functions using this insert function button, right? So if I click on that, it gives you all the functions available. I think you can't see on the screen. If I am sharing it, you may. Right, now you can see that, right, on the screen. Then here we have all the functions available in Excel, right? And of this, here we have most recently used category. If I select all, it is showing all the Excel functions available, right, from letter A to A onwards. There are lots of, but fortunately in our O-level syllabus we don't use all of them, so we are using only a few of them, right? Right. Then we'll see what are they in our scope. So we are working with only a few functions. They are the ones given here, right? One is the sum function. So you people know that is used to add values to get the summation. The way you use the sum function is something like this, right? So still you know that quick revision. With the functions are going to be started with the equal sign. We write the function sum, and then here we include the cells to get the summation, right? What are the cells that the summation needs to be considered, right? Or else you can give the numbers equal sum. We can say that 5, 3, 9. Then those will get added together. 5 plus 3 is 8. 8 plus 9 is going to give you 17. You know this. On the other way around, we can use this as, so Larry, erase this part. Also, we can use this as equal sum A1, B2, A3. Then what is this comma operator says? You know, comma says that add the content of this cell, content of this cell, content of this cell. We don't know what they are. Right. Also, we can use a sum function in which manner a range of cells, telling that B3 colon B7. If you use colon, what is the meaning? From B3 to B7, including all the cells, get them added. I'm giving the brief introduction, right? At the same time, we can use the other function that is going to give you the average. So then, still, if I say average equals average, I'm roughly writing it to say that A1, A3, what is happening? It goes to the cells of A1 and A3, get the average. Just to show you, somewhere here, I'll go to my spreadsheet, the sample spreadsheet I had, right? Erase this. Right. Now, in Excel, somewhere here, right? This cell, I'm adding the value like 7. This cell, I'm adding the value like 6, right? Or else, yes, I have given you certain spreadsheet. Put in the description, it's there. Something like sample works. So there was a spreadsheet attached into the description of our YouTube description. Called as sample works. You all can download that. It's still given. Right. And then there we have sheets. One is called as, yes, I'll share the screen. right. Now, in this spreadsheet, you have car rent, the other one is invoice, the other one is absolute sales, right. So, likewise, there are some spreadsheets, sample spreadsheets given, you can try them. For the moment, I am giving another explanation here. So, this has not been given already in the attached file. Say that in B5 I am typing it as 5, here I am typing it as 4, here I am typing it as 2, this I am typing it as 8. Also I am giving the number 4, number 3, likewise, right. Then you will understand that the cell range here, fine. Then at that moment, if I am going to give you something like this, equal somewhere here, sum, I am writing it as B3 colon B5. What is the meaning? Get the summation of the cell range from B5 to B3. What are the cell range going from B5 to B3? Here, B3, this is the starting cell, this is B3, B column and 3, this is the row 5, and these are the cells, I am using colon, and we have to get the summation among these 3 cells. So, if I am going to go for the cells B3, B4 and B5, then the same cell are going to be covered with comma in this manner. If I am using comma, I have to go for specific cells. If I am going to go for the colon, starting and the end. Then if I am going for the average operation, now this is the point. Average B3 colon, here colon, B5. What is it doing? Getting the average. Then in order to get the average, what's happening here? Evalan. First of all, identify the cells that are covered by the range. B3 to B5, and I'm going to be B3, B4 as well as B5. They are the cells covered. What are the values in it? B3 has the value 5, B4 has the value 2, B5 has the value 4. And now average function gets the average of these values. And now to get the average, we know that simple maths. Add them together and divide it by how much? Since we have 3 values. So, that is automatically done by the function average and giving you the answer. Just to work out, this is going to give you 5 plus 2 plus 4 divide by 3, since we have 3 values. This is going to give you 7. 11 divided by 3 is the answer here. Right. So, when you divide 11 by 3, it is not exactly dividing. This is going to give you 3, 9, 20, now it's going to give you 8, not 8, sorry, 6, then 18, 20, 3.66, that should be the answer, right. Just to show you, I'll just work on this. In a certain cell here, I'm typing it, in a certain cell here, I'm typing equal average and then giving the cells B3 colon B5. It gives 3.66 somewhere. Hope that you are clear. Right. Then learn that average function sum the available values and divide it by the number of cells it covers. Right. Completely getting the average. Within the cell range, it gets the summation. You know that. It gets the summation and divided by the number of cells. Hope that you are clear. That everything is done by this average function. If you use a sum function, just summing the values in the cell range. Right. Fine. Then the next function, what is the other one? I'll erase this jargons here. Right. Next one is max. Now you know that. What is it? Giving the maximum. Once you specify the numbers or cells, finds the largest out of the value. Right. Early one finds out of the average, adds the values. Then the other one is min, to get the minimum. You know this, that's going well. Then the other one count. What is counting? That's quite critical. In most of the papers, when I am going through the papers, I found that this function has been tested. Count numbers. Counting is, how many fingers are there? Counting. How many fingers? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5. Counting is that. Counting how many? That's all. Right? Then it is keep counting how many. What? We'll read this. Counts the number of cells within a range of cells. This is quite critical. So I'll still go to my spreadsheet. Right. Now this is give me small time. Right. So then still doubts. Okay. So then that may be a issue with the internet connection. We'll just manage it, right? So then thank you for your tolerance as well as the patience of facing these obstacles. Somehow we'll continue the job, right? Okay, then so until the other people are transferring from the previous link to the new link, we'll have a small time delay. Then what we are talking about is the Excel, the initial part, the cells, cell range, and the functions, right? So regarding the functions, we said our scope of our syllabus has these functions available, sum function. So then you all know that functions are written with the equal sign, and whatever the cells, cell range, or the values. Here we can give the cells separate by comma, or cell range separate by the colon. Even for average, average function does a big thing, that is adding the values and dividing it by the number of cells. Even maximum, minimum, you know everything, giving the maximum within the range, giving the minimum value of the cell range, still fine. Now the count part, it's something like this, right? Before going to the count, I'll just do a small max min part here, right? Now if I am to write max here, max B3 colon B5. What is that? Max B3. Now this is the row 3, this is the row 5. And now we are asking the colon means cell range. Out of this cell range, giving me the maximum value. And now we are considering this cell range, value 5, value 2, value 4 is there. What is the maximum? 5. So then this gives you 5 as the answer. In the same manner, we can go for the other equation min, right? Now I am giving the cell range min B3 colon C5. If so, what is the answer? I want the min of B3 to C5. Cell range is different. Starting is B3. Starting is B3 and ending is C5. So covering this entire cell range, I want to find the minimum. Then 5, 2, 4, 3, what is the minimum? This gives you 2 as the answer. Right? That's okay. So they are very simple things. Everyone are convenient on it. Then I will move on to the other function, that is the count function. Right. So that's the place where we had to interrupt regarding the count. Now count says that it's going to give you counting. When you are going to count it, as I said earlier, we are counting 1, 2, 3, 4 likewise. Then here we are going to count cells. At the same time, keyboard. At the same time, I'm going to go for some other cells here, something like this. I'll update these cells. Now these cells, now this one, right? I may say that MK. This is cell. Just putting things as such. Okay. And further, I'm telling that GG here. Again, JJ here. Right. And then I'm putting it as 56. This is 98. Likewise. Okay. Now, I'm going to give you a function like this. Be careful. Now, everyone have heard about this. Somewhere here, I'm going to give you the function count, giving the cell range. This is the row 2, this is the row 7. Hurry. Count B2 colon B7. People who can remember, I'll give small time, give me the answer. Right. Count B2 to B7. B column, row 2, row 7. So simply I am telling you that this is the cell range, you all detected it. Then I am counting B2 to B7. Give me the answer if you can remember your, if your memory is clear, give me the answer. What is it? People who have joined? Hurry up, hurry up, hurry up. Hope that you may give me the support like earlier. How many? Then within this cell range, may B2, then B3, B4. Now this is covering B2 cell, comma, B3, B4, B5, as well as B6, included with B7 as well. Then altogether 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. There are 6 cells covered by the given cell range. All the 6 cells are filled. Here we have letter MK, 5, 2, GG and 56. All are filled. And now what is the count answer? Is that giving 6 or not? That is not giving 6. Why? This count function is counting the cells which are with numeric values only. That's the point, right? So this is covering or counting the cells within the range which are having numbers. And now this cell is not counted. This is counted 1, 2, 3, 4. This is not being counted. And now this gives you the answer as 4, not 6. Hope that you are clear, right? Just to show you, if I am to use that in Excel and prove you, somewhere here I am using that function equal count, then giving the cell range. If you are doing practicals, I can directly select this from B2 to B7, right? Then it gives you 4 here. You may find it. Why? There are numeric cells. We have only 4 numeric cells available. Right. Then that's the way how the count function works. Now that's still clear. Right. Then we'll move back to the rest, the other functions. Then still we have some exercises for you to do again with these. Right. Now quickly, I'll just to practice, right, before doing the exam questions. Now can you all give me the answers for this? I'll share the screen with you. For the first, what is the answer? What is the answer? What is the answer? What is the answer? I'll give you small time, try them. Hurry up, hurry up, hurry up, everyone. I'll share the screen. Oh, no need to share this. Okay, you can share the rest. Give me the answers. Hurry up. These are the spreadsheets. Then give me the answers. Right. Shall I start the work? Okay. Right. I'll go to the first one. There it says that sum A1. So A1 is this cell, comma B1. It's not the cell range, individual cells. Comma, here we have comma. Then B1 as well as C1. Then we want to get the summation of it. Then 4 plus 1, 5, and this gives you 10 here. Okay. Then the next one, sum A1 to C1. That's still going to be sum A1 colon A1 to C1. Isn't that covering the same cell range like earlier? Now it's covering the same cell range A1 to C1, A1 to C1. These are the cell range. Still gives you the answer 10. Good. And then sum A1 to C1 colon B2. You see that? What is that? This is covering the cells A1 to C1. It is covering the cells A1, B1, C1, that is covered by the first cell range. And comma B2, should it consider B2 as well? Yes, it has to. And now it gets a summation of all these cells. This has a range as well as a single cell covered. Okay. Then this is giving you 10 as well as B2 has another 2 to be considered. And the answer is going to be 12 finally. Got it? Then the next one, sum B1 to C2. What is that? B1 to C2. And B1 to C2. C2 somewhere here. So then we have to prepare a rectangle with starting and ending. Then we have to get the summation of these cells. Good. Then this is 6 and this is going to be 8. 8 plus 6 is going to be 14. Right. So then on the other end you can add this. This is 11. 11 plus 3 is going to be 14. So the other works. Hope that you are clear. Excellent. Then with that, the sum function is fine. At the same time, you can practice this with the average function. Average now what happens? Add them and divide it by the number of cells. Right? Even the count, even the min, even the max, all are supporting it. Right. Then I'll leave that part without doing it now itself. So this is just a revision for you to cover. Yes, there's one more thing. Oh, I didn't see this part. Right. This one. What is this? Another big good question. But we'll do this. I'll explain that. But I didn't see that earlier. This is to say that A1 to A3, that's one range, comma C1 to C3. That means there are two cell ranges available, A1 to A3. And A1 to A3. A1 to A3, sorry. A1 to A3 in the sense, somewhere here, ne? Okay. A1 to A3, that means these particular cells. We have to get the summation. So then that is covering, this is 9, 15, is it? And the other C1 to C3, C1 to C3, still we are considering them. So once you add them, this is going to be 11, 11 plus 7 is 18. So then these are also considered for the sum. And now 15 plus 18 is going to be, this makes you 3, this is 3. So that gives you 33 as the final answer. Why? It is adding all these values together. Simply 4 plus 5 plus 6 plus 5 plus 6 plus 7. All added together, giving you the answer as 33. Good. Right. Then we'll quickly rush through the rest. The time is passing. Next is fill handling. Still you know this. What is fill handling? I'll practice that. Normally when you write a function or yes, when you write a function in Excel, there are we can copy that function. So still this is a point. Now you can remember that somewhere here we wrote the, I can write something like this. Yes, I'll erase some of these values. Right. I'll just go for a simple value. This is going to be somewhere like 3. This is going to be like 1. Right. Now, okay. Now I want to get the average of these. Right. You know this. Then what I do is I just enter the average function. Average from B3 to B6. B3 colon B6. Then as I enter that, it will calculate the average and producing the answer somewhere here, right? Then at that moment, what would be the answer? These are going to be summed together. That means he is giving you 5 plus 2 plus 4 plus 3. This is 7, 14. 14 has to be divided by 1, 2, 3, 4 cells. 14 is divided by 4, ne? Yes. Then that's going to give you 14 divided by 4. Right. That's the answer. Then just to try, somewhere here I'll get the answer. Into this cell. Into this cell I'll get the answer equal average this cell range, it gives you 3.5. Right. Now at the same time, now this is the place where I got the average of these cell values. Similar to that, I want to get the average of these cells. What do? Without rewriting the function here, I am going to fill handle this formula from here to there. What is that fill handling part? So fill handling is I am just dragging that answer to the other side. How do we? Still you know that here. This is the place where we have the answer. Right. Now I'll just show that somewhere here on the screen. Yes. So then this is a function I have entered. You all can see this. Right. So then average B3 to B6. Right. That is B3 to B6. Now I want to get the average of C3 to C6. Without writing that, what do I do here is I am just fill handle this equation. You know fill handling. Move my cursor to the bottom right corner and then how can I handle right? And then I am click and hold it, then dragging it over the next cell. Then when I move here, you see the upper part. Now the formula came as C3 to C6. Hurry. And that's the fill handling part. That's the way how you copy a formula. Right? Just to say that you may write a formula here, right? And then what you do is you just select that cell. We write a function. We write a function here. And then once the cursor is moving into the bottom right corner, it turns into a black cross. You know this. Then drag it over the next cell. Then the same formula will be copied. Now the function here has been called as average B3 colon B6. Once it is fill handle to the next cell, what are the cell addresses available? Same one, average is as still playing as B6 to B3 to B6 or C3 to C6. C3 to C6. So then this change has been automatically done once you go for fill handle. Right. Even if I drag this cell to this particular cell, what will be the formula? Just to tell you now, here we have a certain cell row, we are in row number 8. If I move that to row number 8, what would be this formula? Tagal again. Right. So then, okay, so then, without wasting time, we'll resume. Right, thank you for your patience and be in live with the session. Okay, right, we'll proceed. Now, we were on the field handling part, right? So then we said that field handling is an easier way of copying our functions. Then what I was talking about here is somewhere here I had a small function written in this particular cell. So that is the average function, this one. Right? So then this function average B3 to B6, you can remember where we were. So the function average B3 to B6, B3 to B6 had been written in this red color cell. So that red color cell is the row number 8. It's from row number 8. I'll just highlight that. This is in row number 8 if you can't see that. Right? And this is going to be the row number 3. This is going to be the row number 6. Then what I am telling here is, be patient and follow me. This formula, what we have written, has been copied into this particular cell. That is of row number 12. Hurry, now you can see that. We copied this formula average B3 to B6 into row number 12. Now my question is, what would be the function once it is copied into this row number 12, which was there in row number 8? Give me the answer, Pate. Now, just to have a refresh. We wrote average B3 to B6 in row number 8. I fill handle that and copied that into row number 12. If it is the case, what could be the formula once it is copied here? B3 to B6 is the one we have written in it. Then how many cells did we shift? 8, 9, 10, 11 and 12. We have 4 rows shifted. Right? If so, when B3 is copied to next, B4, B5, B6, B7. So then there are 4 shifts going on. We move 4 places. We move 4 rows. Now, for these values, we have to increase 4 rows. If it is the case, this is going to be average B adding 4 into this, then that's going to be B7 colon B6 added with 4, making that as B10. Did you agree with me? Fine. We are moving that 4 rows down. Hope that you are fine. So I didn't get much more reply. Didn't understand that? Yes, okay, thank you. Right, then we move 4 rows down, so the values are updated. Even at the same time, if I copy this cell, now one more, since I didn't get enough amount of reply, if I move that into a cell like this is the cell now. If I am to give you cell address, this is going to be E5 cell. Then I am asking, what is the cell formula function now? I am moving that into E5. What would it be? Then how many columns we shift? 1, 2, 3. And now B is turning into E. That's going to be average. Still the column name changes into E. Rows are going upwards. How many? 1, 2, 3. We had we wrote that in somewhere in 8 row. Now we are moving that into the 5, row number 5. And now we are moving 3 rows upwards. And now this B3 turning into what? B0. 3 moves up, right? But B0 is not valid. You understand that, right? Then there is going to be a certain invalid addressing at that moment, right? So if I'm to move it to somewhere here, then it would be yes, we'll do like that. Not into E5, we'll move that into now things are confusing, right? We'll move that into E6. This is the E6 cell. If so, we are under the place, all these are quite jargons, right? Okay. This is a place we wrote average B3 to B6. Now I am copying this into this particular cell, that is E6. Then now the function turns into average, column we had B, turning that into E, moving how many rows upwards? We wrote that in the 8th row, now it's in 6. Enang 1 and 2. 2 upwards going to be B2 colon B4. Right? It is possible to move here and there. Right? So then hope that is fine. Is it okay? Now this is the place where we had the formula. Now I am copying and pasting it here. Or you can fill handle that. Fill handling now, it is moving along with many more places. If I am copy and paste it, these cells are shifting that number of places. Now column B is moving into column E. So then, sorry, this is going to be E. Sorry, that's a mistake. I made it wrong. This is not B, it's going to be E. It's completely wrong. They are going to be E. This is E. It is in the column E, sorry. And this is going to be column E, same column E. And the rows are shifting upwards. How many rows are shifted? To move into this particular row. So we are in 8, then 7 and 6. So it's going to be 2 here. So then we have to have 2 upwards going on. Enang B3 is going to be 2 minus. Enang it's not going to be E2, it's going to be E1, right? Sorry. Still another mistake. This is going to be E1. A B3 මෙතන තිබ්බේ, then I move it up, it's going to be B2, another one B1. And then B6 was there, going to be B5 and B4. So then E1 to E4. Now it's fine. Fine. Got it. So then sorry for this mistake. So my head is moving here and there. Why these interruptions and everything? Okay. I'll be calm. Fine. Don't worry. Right. That's it. Now that's about the cell copying incident. Next, the most important part regarding our O-level paper, that is the relative and absolute cell reference. This is very important, right? Still, you did this. Another very important part. We'll see. When you are going for the cell addresses, we use the cell address with the column name and the row name. That's fine. Column is H, row is 2. Then here we use $sign. Why we use $sign? To make the cell absolute. Okay, you can remember. I'll just revise that like this. Right. Then I'm doing a small practical in the spreadsheet. We'll see. Right. Here. Right. I'll just change this right quickly. I may change this as maths, science. Okay, here I may give this as okay. Okay, so these are just names. These are marks. Now I want to get the total. Right, help me. In order to get the total here, right, now you all can see this spreadsheet nicely. In order to get the total, these marks are very poor, right? 5, 4, assume that these are out of 10, we'll manage like that, right? Then to get the total, what sort of a function will you type here? Help me. Nimals, maths marks 5, science marks 4. And how to get the total? Equal sum, you can write that in two ways. Separate cells, that is C5 comma not C5, C3 ne? Is going to be a C3 comma comma D3. C3 comma D3. That's one way where you can type the formula. Also you can type that as equal sum C3 colon D3. Can you? Cell range from here to there, the specific cells are there. We don't have much more cells to be covered. Both are accepted. Then if you write like that, you may get the answer. Sum adding them to, then these two added together and make it as 9. Now I want to get that formula towards the other people. What do I do is, I am going to go for the fill handling now. Then once I move my cursor into this place, drag it downwards, right? If I am to do so practically, here I am typing that formula equals sum these two cells. Okay, we got the answer as 9. Now I am going to fill handle it like I did earlier, right? Okay. Then the formula changes at this place. Here, sum C4 to D4. When I move it here, D5 to, here you see that, right? When I move it here, it's D5 to C5 to D5. When I move it here, D6 to C6 to D6. That's fine. Next thing, right? Here we use the cell addresses as directly. We use the cell addresses directly C3 D3. Hari. Then when the cells are moving, when I fill handle that, this is turning into sum C4 C4 colon D4. The other one sum C5 comma D5. There what happened was, when I fill handle, this row value has been incremented automatically. Row keeps incrementing. Column remains the same, since the same column is used for the fill handling. Right. Now there are places where we don't want the cell addresses to be changed. That's called as absolute. It's something like this. Now I am moving into a work like this. I am erasing all of these, right? Then somewhere here I am going to use a cell which is called as extra marks. Right. Then I am giving 4 extra marks for every child. then this is going to be the uh, final marks. You understand that? Then we get the total of all the children, that is the marks. Fine. Considering the marks, we get the total. Then there will be extra 4 marks given for every child. If so, how do I write the function here? Equal this added to this. His total is 9, there will be extra 4 marks. This person's total is 10, there will be extra 4 marks. This person's total is 7, there will be extra 4 marks. Hurry. If it is the case, we may write this as equal sum. What is the cell? E3 cell, comma, C9 cell. Agree? So this is a equation I am going to type it. This cell plus this. Then when I fill handle that to the next row, if I fiddle handle this to the next row, what is going on? Help me. That would be written as sum. When you shift this one row down, column remains the same, row is increasing by 1. And column is E4, here the column is C, 9 is changing into 10, isn't that? A fill handling rule is keep increasing everything one by one. Even for the next person, it's going to be sum. We have to consider the E5 cell. When you fill handle that, this row value increases. And then this row value is also increasing into C11. And now, this is C9 where the extra marks is existing. We wrote it for the first child. When I fill handle that, this place where we have the extra marks is also increasing gradually. Should that be allowed or it should not be allowed? This C9 cell should remain the same, isn't that? C9 should remain the same. While this total cell should keep increasing. And now, I should let this cell to be increment like this, while the C9 cell should not increment even when I am fill handling it. You understand that? I should not let this C9 to be changed. By that time, Excel supports a keyword called as absolute cell, making the cells absolute, fixed. That is by using the dollar sign. In this cell, which one should be made as absolute? The column, the row. We are always playing with the column C. Row 9 should remain the same. And now we can make this C9 as $9. You know this. So dollar says that make it fixed. What to be fixed? 9. Don't change 9 when you fill handle it. Dollar is that. Fix it. What is fixed? Whatever written after that. And now, if I write $C9, $9, when I fill handle that, it remains as it is. Hope that you are clear. Is it, everyone? Hope that you will be clear, right? Then, if you keep like this, this is called as reference cells. Why cells are reference? When you are going to keep fill handling. Now, what we need is absolute cell, keeping the C9 cell fixed. Even in that place, I want the row to be fixed, not the column. Hope that you are clear, right? So then this is a certain work you have done in grade 10. Is it fine? Should I explain that again or no need? Okay, then that's fine. Then this event is okay, right? Now what's going on is, shall I show this in practice, right? Okay. Then quickly refer to the screen. I'll just share the screen with you. Right. Then I'll do this in the practical way on the screen itself. Now into this place, this is the place where I want the final marks, right? While the things are there, I'll write it. You can see that. Then I'm writing the equation as equal sum. What are the cells? This cell E3, comma, the other cell E9. You all can follow me. Hurry. Then when I type it, it is coming onto the formula bar. Right. Okay. Then I'm going to fill handle that. Then this cell, right. Now when I move into this cell, the formula is sum E3 to C9. If I move it here, E4 to C10. You see that, right? E4 to C10, as I said earlier. This is E5 to C11. Here, E6 to C12. So then let's keep incrementing. Now I want to make this as absolute. And now what do I do is, when I am typing this E formula, I have to make the row fixed. Then I am typing it as C $9. Then see what happens. I wrote it as $9. Then fill handlet downwards. Then first one C E3 C $9. This is E4 C $9. This is E5 C $9. E6 C $9. And now with the dollar sign, the specific row remains constant, fixed. Right. Now I think things are clear. If it is the case, I have to modify this with the dollar sign. Right. Then it's going to be C $9. Then when you fill handle it, this remains C $9. C $9. That's the point. So then hope that you people are just up to date. Fine. I think now it will be fine. So other than YouTube, we'll change our platform. Then we'll see, right? Okay. Then we'll now I know that so many people have been distracted. Okay. Due to the disruptions we experience, doesn't matter. But we'll quickly rush through this. Then that's about the absolute cell referencing to be continued in this manner. Right. Then just to cover this part. Right. Now here we'll just do another small exercise parallelly with you and me. We'll say that these are the row numbers, row number 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. And these are the columns. I'll just label the columns as A, B, C, D. Right. They are the columns. Okay. If it is the case, we want to get the subtotal. How do we? We want to get the subtotal, that is unit price quantity. Maybe this is of a shop. You can just get the idea. 1 is 25. We bought 5. If so, what is the subtotal? These two are multiplied together. And now there we can write it as equal this cell into this cell, right? There are we using the sum function or directly multiplying? Are we going to sum them or multiplying them? Operators, multiplication. So no need to use sum. Sum is there to add values. Now we are going to multiply them. If so, what would be the formula to be entered, equal this cell, that is going to be A2 into, what is it? B2. Hope that you all understood it. A2 cell into B2 cell, we have to get the answer, right? Next, we want to go for this. What do? Fill handle it. So, when I fill handle it, A2 turns into the next level, A3. So, this is going to be A3 into the same column B3. This is still going to be A4 into B4. This is going to be A5 into B5. Then the necessary answers will be appearing in it. Okay. After that, they say that there's a service charge of 12. Now, this may be a certain restaurant-like environment. This is going to give you the subtotal. So, we want to get the total with service charge. What should I do? For this total, we want to sum the service charge. Service charge is a fixed value. Then for this answer, really if you multiply this, you may get 25 into 5 is giving you 125. And another 12 is added. And now, for this answer, we want to sum 12. And now, we can use a sum function, or else we can say plus. Right. I'll just use the plus here, equal this cell. What is that cell? C2 added with C7. Is it? C2 cell add, or else you can use a sum function. If I am to use a sum function, how would it be? Sum C2 comma C7. You can use the sum or plus. When I use the plus or sum, now I can fill handle this. When I fill handle this, when you move to the next cell, this is going to be C3 plus C8, isn't that? Should this be C8 or C7 still? Now we need the absolute cell. If so, how do I write this? Right? That's the absolute cell part. Then we must maintain that as what? An absolute cell. If it is the case, this is going to give you $7, is it? Then dollar says that fix the value 7 once you fill handle it. Even this is going to be $7 when you fill handle it. This is incrementing. Even with the sum, what's happening? C2, I'll come from the beginning. Here equal sum C2 comma $7, is it? Then that won't be changing. So then they are the places where we have to use absolute cells. Hope that you are clear. Right. Then that's making the absolute cell. But at this moment, you will observe that when I use dollar in front of the number, simply $7, it is to say that keep the row fixed. Also, you can use dollar sign in front of the column number, somewhere here, this way. That is that fix the column while row is changing. Then when you fill handle it, towards the right hand side or left hand side, columns are changing. Just to show you in Excel, here, right, I'll erase everything now. Okay, practically I am telling that this 4, I am going to get a certain sample value here. This is going to be 5, this is going to be 7, this is going to be 9. Okay. Now I want to get the final with extra. Right. Then here we have the extra. These are the marks. Then I want to keep adding them. If so, what is the formula here? Now this is extra mark. This is 5. Under that I want to keep extra added to 5. And that's going to be equal this particular cell. What is that? C9 added with D10. That's clear? These two are going to be added. This cell is going to be C9. This cell is going to be D10. Then here I want the answer to get them added. That's going to be equals, I'll write it below here, C9 added with D10. Then I want to fill handle that towards the other so that this cell and this extra number should be added. And now what happens is, when I fill handle towards the right hand side, this C9 and D10 are moving towards the right. If so, is that changing the row? Is that changing the column? Right? This is the place where we had the answer. Now I am moving towards the right hand side. And the columns are shifting to one place, moved to the right hand side. When columns are moving, this column C is changing into the next column D. Column D is changing into column E. That's the pattern. Right? And when you move it here, this is going to be C is changing into D9 and D is changing into E10. Now rows remain the same, columns are moving. If I am to fill handle that towards the next cell, somewhere here, then the formula turns into what? This D is turning into E. E9 plus this E is turning into F10. That's the other move. But really we know that this C9 maintains the extra value should remain the same. C9 should remain the same. But when I fill handle that, that is moving into D9, even E9 changing. Now what should I make fixed? The value 9 or the letter CDE. Now letter has to be fixed. That means column has to be fixed. Therefore, I want to make the column absolute. And now I have to write the formula as what? C is going to be fixed. If so, we have to make that as absolute. Going to be written like $C9. Dollar says that fix. What to be fixed? Fix the column. Right. Then only it is working at this moment. So I'll show you how it is going to be. We'll see with the screen sharing. I better erase these values, right? Then that will be fine. You can see that clearly. Okay, erase everything. Now into these places I'm somewhere here. Okay. Right. This I'm writing it as equal I can't see the column and row. Equal what is that? Column C9. C9 added to D10. Right. That's a formula. Then I am fill handling that. Then this is going to give you, now I'll show you the magnifier. So that place D9, E10. Right. then this is E9, F10. Why? Columns are changing. Here D9, D10. So then what I need is, I want to keep this C9 cell as it is, so that in this formula I want to make the C column fixed. I put dollar there. Then if I fill handle that, now you understand that you see the answers here, right? Now this is going to be 5 plus 4, 9. This is 7 plus 4, still 7. That's okay. When I move it, now the changes are going to be, right? Then here C9 remains the same. Even if I move into the other one, C9 remains the same, F10. Here C9, E10, here C9, D10. Okay. Right. Then that's about the next level, the absolute cell handling part. Right. Then we are moving into further. In this manner, you can make $A7. This is making the column absolute. Hope that you are clear. Then I can write $B9. What is going to be made absolute? Column or row? This is going to give you row absolute. Row absolute, dollar comes here. This is column absolute. Then you can use dollar sign in front of the column as well as in front of the row. Then that particular cell is going to be absolute, just like $D, $2. Then both the row and columns are going to be made absolute. So that's very important. That's why I took a certain time to explain this slowly. You could make both the row and column fixed to make them fill handled without changing to the others. Hope that that's fine. Right. Now this is just a small revision to revise the knowledge what you had in your grade 10. Right. Then yes, with that knowledge we can do the past papers of Excel. Right. So my plan was to complete the Excel part quicker, but with these interruptions doesn't matter. Now we'll just overcome these challenges. Right. Now we'll go for the exam papers. My exam papers, that's a Tute. Right. Regarding the tutorial, where is it? I think it's somewhere here. Yes, here we have it. Right. Rather than going for the 24 question, we'll start from 24 MCQs puthe quickly. We'll start from 21, I think. So they are quite, now when it comes to the recent papers, I see a certain complexity. So we'll go to the complexity in a while. Right. Then here we'll go to this 2020. No, really this is not 2022. This is 2021, right? So then I mistakenly typed this as 22. This is 21. I think everyone has this PDF file. I shared it through the group as well as under the YouTube description is there. But now everything is mess. Right? I think everyone has this. Okay. Now we'll move to the questions quickly and finish this part. What is the shortcut key combination to find and replace words in Microsoft Word? Now this is other than this, the simple find and replace. What is find and replace shortcut key? That is going to be Control H. This is just to revise the Office package. And then once you go for Control A, what will happen? Just to explain you. But the next thing is if you are not aware with this, if you don't know what this is, please take them into a small short note, right? Parallel with this, I'm not giving you notes. This is a revision part. Right? Podi notes පැත්තකින් දාගන්න පුතේ. හරි. So Control A කියන්නේ මොකක්ද? Select all. If it is a Word document, even in Excel, once you click on a cell and press Control A, the whole sheet will get selected. If it is Word, Control A will select everything. Normally we click and drag over that to select it. but control A will select everything. Just to show you, in my Excel sheet, you can try them, right? Now here I have selected somewhere here, then I may press control A, the whole table will get selected, right? So you can try that. In that manner, it's easy to select everything, the shortcut key to select everything, control A. Then control C, what is it? That is to copy. We right click and copy them, select something and copy them. So that is the control C. Control X, cut. We do cut and paste, that's cutting. So then find and replace, control H is the answer. So that's outside the things what we have explained, something else. Then question number 12, consider the following spreadsheet segment with 4 components labeled as P, Q, R and S. Right, then it says which of the following represents, yes, will right, which of the following represents P, Q, R and S labels in the correct order. What is this P? This is called as the name box, where it has the naming of the cell. Good. This is called as name box. Then what is Q? That is a place where the formula, the functions are added. Then we call this as formula bar. In the answers, you can just go for that one. So name boxes, we have only 2 answers. Q is going to be formula bar. Then answer has to be 3 directly. So then that's easy to filter. But just to get the knowledge, what is R? They are the column headings. Then S is the sheet tabs. You know that you can select sheets in my spreadsheets. Still there are sheets. So sheets, the tabs are available here. Very simple. Just get to know about those areas. Especially these are available in your school handout. I may not take it since we are running out of time at the moment. Keep up to date with those areas as well. Right. Then the other one. Right. What is this? Consider the following segment of mark sheet entered into electronic spreadsheet to answer 13 and 14. What is the correct formula to be entered into cell E2? Where's E2? This is cell. Hari. What is the formula to calculate the total marks obtained by Sahan? So somewhere here Sahan is the person, we have to get the total. So we can write that in multiple ways. Now which is simple. This cell added with this cell added with this cell. Should I make anything absolute? Absolute karanna onada? No need. Why? We will fill handle that towards the bottom end, towards the downwards. Then nothing to be made as fixed. All should change. This cell change into this cell change. Everything has to be changed. And no need to make anything as absolute. Just add them. And is this okay? B2 fine. C2 D2. Seems that's correct, right? Yes, they don't use any of the sum function. Then this is also quite similar, but why not this as the answer? It doesn't have the equal. When you write the formula, it has to be begin with equal. Therefore, this is wrong. This is E2 equals. Do we write formulas as such? No. Equal gives comparison operator. Equals says that whether the answer is true or false. So therefore, this is still not. This is still not useful. Therefore, very simple answer is the first one. What will be the value displayed in A7 cell? A7. Where's A7? A7 somewhere here. Okay. Displayed in A7 if the formula count A1 to A5 is entered into this. It says that A1 to A5. What is A1? Here A1 to D5. Sorry, A1 to D5. Somewhere here. What is the cell range covered by that? A1 to D5 cell range. Somewhere here. This is a complete cell range. We are going to use the count function. Keep counting what cells? Cells with numerics. Now, is this being counted? No. Is this? They are text. We don't count them. They are not. This is still not being counted. This is not being counted. Only the remaining cells are counted. You understand that? A count function is counting the cells with numbers. Take them onto corner. The count function is counting the, you can take your own notes, is counting the cells which are with numerics or numbers only. I'm just giving a rough idea. If so, what is the answer? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. There should be a 9 or 10. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Monkey, my counting is wrong. It's 10. Right. So then 10 is the answer. There are 10 cells which are having numbers. Right. Then the 15th one. Which of the following actions could be used to move to the next slide in slideshow? This is regarding PowerPoint. Still, I have added that question. When you are running the PowerPoint slideshow, which key combinations are letting you to move to the next slide? There are multiple combinations. Clicking the left button on the mouse device. Left button on the mouse. We know the mouse. Left button, clicking that. That's our normal clicking, right? When you click it, it moves. That's correct. Once the slideshow is going on, when you click it, it goes on. And also pressing the control key of the keyboard. When you press control, is that doing an operation? Control has to be given with a combination. Not control works on its own. Learn that. When you press control button at any time, it doesn't give any action. Control combination, control plus A, control plus F, control plus arrow, they are the works, not control alone. Therefore, control will never do any operation. Pressing the right arrow key of the keyboard. In the keyboard, the arrows are there, up arrow, down arrow, right arrow will move you to the next. Fine. Then another key is there to move your slide from here to next. What is that? Matakana. Tavika key ekak තියෙනවා. That is the enter key. Good. I got one answer. When you press the enter key, still it's moving into the next slide. That's another one. But that's not given. Therefore, answers are A and C. 2 is the answer. Fine. Then, right. That's about the spreadsheet questions in 2021 paper. Then we'll move on to the essay question in it, the writing question, this one. Right. This is 2021 essay question. Still we have a small word-like question as well. I'll just start from there. That is regarding Microsoft Word. Right. Spreadsheet question part. Right. The segment of word processing document is shown below. With some formatting done. These formatting tasks labeled as 1 to 5, here these are labeled. Before formatting all the text into the original document had some font size. Right. Then following are the icons formatting tools in word processing software. Now we are to select what the icons need to use to do this formatting. So, I don't read the question well. If I read it, still the same, right? Right. Now, we will see what had happened here. Under the number 1, they have made the font size increased as well as underline it. And now what had been used there? Here, this is the, what is this? Format painter. Format painter will copy the formatting in one place as it is. Right. So, just to tell you that if I select this area and click on this, then copying the formatting in this place. Then if I paste that or select that somewhere here, this formatting will be adding here. Increase in the font size, underlining will be copied into this place. That's a format painter. Painting the format into this. Words are not changing. It has the same words, but only the formatting coming here. Then this is the hyperlink icon. This is font increasing, inserting a picture, underlining, word art. You know this well. And this is italic, this is bulleting. They are the buttons. Fine. Now everyone sees this nicely. If so, for this we need to have the font increase. That means T has to be there. Then 2 is underlining, very simple. That's going to be V. That's why I added that. Then here 3 we see an image. Inserting image is going to be U. Here a hyperlink is added. You know what hyperlink is? Web address. When you click on that, you will be taken into that particular website. And now hyperlink icon is this linking part, the anchoring symbol that goes with S. Then 4 gives the bullet set. That's going to be the P. Alright. Then all are fine. 1, 2, 3, 4 and 5. Then these are not this is also used, so we don't need to use this. Even picture head also being used. Then format painter still never used. Italic never used in it. Right. Then that's fine. Hope that that part is fine. Then quickly we will on to the spreadsheet part of that. We'll try to use the knowledge that we have gathered little while ago. Right. This says that the following spreadsheet segment shows some statistics of road accidents in 2018. Okay. Then vehicle type, motorcycle, private bus. Then fatal number of accidents, minor accidents, critical accidents, damages. And then total accidents are there. Fatal this much, minor accidents this much, then critical, they are the total. Then lowest vehicle, lowest value critical. How many critical accidents are there? Lowest is 71 out of this. So 71 is the cycle accidents. Then highest value accidents, whatever the highest values. Okay. Write down the correct formula in the form of function and cell here. Just to tell you here, you have to write this in the order the function cell colon the other cell. That means we have to give that as a range of cells, not as individual cells. The question says like that, right? That should be entered into cell B13, into cell B13, somewhere here, 13 row, into B13 to find the total number of vehicles involved in fatal accidents. Then B column is going to be where? This fatal. Now we have to go for the B13 place. This is B. This is B13. Right. Then write down the correct formula in the form of function and cell range. We want to get the total accident, fatal accidents. How to get the total? These are the cell range. We have to get the total. We have to write that in the form of function and cell range. You can't say that this cell added to this cell added to this cell. You have to give the function and the cell range. What is it then? It has to be equal. We have to begin that with equal. Sum is the function. I'll use it somewhere here. Sum. What is it? Starting cell address is B4. B4 colon. What is the last cell? This is it. That's going to be B11. Should I make it as any absolute? Not at all. Hurry. Then that's fine. Okay. Hope that no issue. You understand that. Write down the correct formula in the form of this. That should be entered into B13 cell to find the total number of vehicles involved in fatal accidents. Then a fatal total is given like this. No issue. Right. Then I'll erase this. And the part B. Assume that the formula entered into cell B13 is copied to cell range C13 to E13. Whatever the formula you have entered here, B13, is copied to cell range C13 to E13. Write down the formula displayed in D13. Hare, what is that? This is B. So they say that this is going to be this formula we wrote is copied to cell range C13 to D13. This is copied towards, this is B column ni, C, D as well as E. This is copied towards this side. And fill handling could be taken place along with the right hand side. This formula has been fill handled to the rightmost column. Now they ask, what is the formula displayed in D13 cell? Somewhere here. Right? When you go for D13, just understand how many columns had been shifted. So here our function was, yes, in B13 we put it as sum B4 colon B11. Hare. When it is shifted to CD, what's happening? When you fill handle that towards the right hand side, are the rows changing or columns changing? Only the columns are changing. If it is the case, this is going to be equal sum. The column B had been shifted into D, whereas this row number 4 remains as it is. Still the row number 4 remains as it is since we are fill handling towards the right hand side. Hope that you are clear. And now this is going to be just D4 colon D11. Hare? Then no issue, I think. It's going in that order. Then what is the next question? Write down the formula in the form of function and cell that should be entered into D14 to get the lowest value recorded in critical accidents. Now we have to go for D14, lowest value in critical. Lowest value in critical. Still I'll erase this part. Now the lowest value in critical. Here we have the critical accidents column. We want to go for the lowest. That is under the D14 cell. They say that what is written under the D14. And now we have to consider this cell range. This particular cell range has to be used to find the lowest. Isn't that? And now what is the formula? Very simple. Equal min, we have to write them as cell range. You know, starting cell is D3 going to D11 and a min D3 colon D11. Very simple. We want to find min. Then start with equal, function is min, not minimum. Starting cell D13, D3. Is that D3 or D4? Correct me when I am doing mistakes, right? It's not D3, what is it? D4 neither. The first one is D4, this is the place, and the last one is D11. That's fine. Okay. Next. Part D. What does it say? Write down the appropriate cell range from cell 5 to cell okay, we'll see. Write down the appropriate cell range in the form, that means cell range, right, as a race in the form starting cell colon the other cell. Formula written in cell B15 to identify the highest number of any accident. Highest number of any accident. We have to write them in B15. We'll see. B15, where is it? B column here, column B 15. Highest number of any accident. Any accident means maybe fatal, minor, critical damages, all of them accidents. Out of them, the highest has to be given here. And if it is the highest, what is the formula? Equal max. Highest number of any. They have given the word any here. I don't want to move it. Any. If so, shouldn't I consider this entire cell range, not this total, sorry. I have to consider the entire cell range where all the accidents are listed, isn't that? If so, I'm repeating you the question D में, write down the appropriate cell range in the form this for the formula written in B15 to identify the highest number of any accident. Any accident, right? So, any in the sense, definitely we have to cover all the types of accidents available here. Then what is going to be the formula? Maximum, the starting cell is this, going to be B4. Colon, ending cell of this particular range is this cell. What is that? E11. Hari. Then maximum of B4, E11, out of all, we will find the maximum somewhere here. Then just to check the values, 4534. It should be a certain value here. 4000 somewhere here. This is a value. So then out of everything they found this as a value. Then you are correct. Fine. So read the question well. Then nothing behind this. It's very simple. Right. Then the next E. Write down the most suitable chart type available in spreadsheet software from a given list of charts for this. Now normally this is another common question in your O-level papers as I observed, types of charts. I'll just explain that in this way. Now when you go for charts, we have multiple types of charts. One is going to be the column chart here. Right. So we use column charts. Column charts are having these columns. That's it. Now learn, this is a big important part. Really it is something statistics, maths, but it is tested in Excel part, right? Now normally in a graph, this side, normally y-axis shows you values, just like accidents, the marks. X-axis shows you the identifier. Right? Simply I am telling that something like this. The maths marks obtained by students. Simply say that. Maths marks of students. How do you plot it? Students and maths marks has to be there. What is going to the y-axis? Am I listing student name Nimal, Kamal on the y-axis? Oh, marks are on the y-axis. Values, marks. This side the identifier. Students are here. This side marks. Then this may be the first student, say that Nimal. This may be the second student, Sunil. This may be the next student, Kamal. And then there are marks obtained. So then we have to scale this. This is 10, this is 20, this is 30, 40 likewise. Enam, column chart is used, learn this, column chart is used to show values of individual cases. These are individual. Nimal's marks is individual, not depending on the other people. Saman's marks and Nimal marks are independent. They have no any relation among them. Hari? You got a certain idea? I'm quickly revising this. And column chart is used to show independent values graphically. Hope that you are clear. Values that are not dependent to one another. They are going like this. Right? If you want, you can just put a small text there, since it is new. I hope that for everyone, the use of column chart. Right? So just write them with a star somewhere. Column chart is used. Simply say it as is used to represent. Is used to represent. Just take it somewhere. Use represent values of independent tasks or events. Independent tasks or event. Then you can take examples. One is marks of students. This is one example. Marks of students. That's one example. Another example, just like accidents in years. Right? Just help me. I want to plot the accidents in years. Accidents of years. Simply number of accidents. If so, along with the y-axis, what comes? Help me. Accidents of years. What is coming into the y-axis? Year or number of accidents? Year or number of accidents. What is coming onto the y-axis? Number of accidents, isn't that? This is going to be the year. Identifier 2020, this is the number of accidents. 2021, this is the number of accidents. 2022, this is the number of accidents. This is going to be the identifier, this is going to give you the value. Hope that you are clear. Right? So then that's the idea how you select the column chart. Hope that you are clear on this. Column chart is used in order to select values that are of independent events. These are examples. Independent. They are independent. This 2020 accidents is not depending on 2021 accidents. Right. Then the other graph type is pie chart. Before going for pie, I may go for line chart. Right. Normally a line chart is there. Still you know the shape of the line chart. It's having, here we have the x-axis, here we have the y-axis. Now a line is there like this. That's a line chart. Line chart is used generally to represent a growth. In English we say it as growth or fall of values. Growth or fall of values along with timeline. Most probably goes with timeline. This side we go for the time, how it is improving. This side still value. One example is, say that the gold price in Sri Lanka. Gold price along with the years. So then here we have 2020. Yes, 2020. Then 2021, 2022. Then whatever the price, to the whatever the 150,000, then this is increased, this is increased. So it shows the growth or fall. So line chart is showing the growth, improvement or fall of a certain value along with the time. Hopefully, x-axis is representing time, maybe in months, years, seconds, milliseconds likewise. X-axis represents time, this side value, but it is representing a growth or fall. Then maths marks and students, that is not showing me earlier one. Where was it? Here, Saman, Nimal, it is not a growth, Saman and Nimal, they are independent. Samal's maths marks, Nimal's maths marks, it is not showing a growth or fall, right? You understand the meaning, sense of it. Sense is a point. Then the other chart, now another example for this, gold price in years, I'll say like that. In years. තව එකක් මම ගන්නම් මෙහෙම එකක්. I may say best. Your maths marks along with the term test. What is that? Your maths marks. Nimal's maths marks along with the terms. First term, second term, third term. What is that? This is Nimal's maths marks. This is term. Which axis should be with terms? Term 1, term 2, term 3. X-axis or y-axis? Term. Hurry up. Term should be on x-axis or y-axis now. Nimal's maths marks along with the terms. Term 1, term 2. That is going to be x puthe. This is the term. Term 1, term 2, term 3, term 4 likewise, we will say that. Then maths marks are going to be on the y-axis. Then first term, Nimal's maths marks is somewhere like 20. Then second term, Nimal's maths marks is somewhere like 40. Third term, it's going to be somewhere like 60. Fourth term, it's going to be 50. Then the growth and there's a fall at the fourth term. Line chart is showing something like this. Hope that you are clear. So then it is showing a growth or fall along with the timeline. Then another example for this is, what is that? Marks of a student. Marks of a student along with the terms. That's one other example of using line chart. Hope that you are clear, right? Right. Then the next use, pie chart. Now we know that pie chart is indicated obviously as a complete circle, and then there are slices. Even in maths you did it. Right? So they are showing the portions. Now this has a quite larger portion than this piece. Now simply this is used to represent proportional indication. Right? This is used to represent proportions. Simply we can say that percentages. Something like this. Assume that in your class, I am quickly explaining this. In your class there are 40 students. Right? Along with the 40 students, I am just doing a small survey asking how many people like to eat, what is it? Mangoes. Right? How many people are like to eat apples. Then here I have a limitation. One can select only one. If I am greedy on apple and mango both, I can't say both. I have to select one. Apple nang apple, mango nang mango. That's all. And another one says that orange. I'm asking the choice of out of 40 people. Then finally it says that there are 20 people who like mangoes, and there are 5 people who like apples, and then how many more who prefer orange? These 25. Then there are 15 people who prefer orange. That's a small survey I did. Now I want to plot this as a graph. When I'm plotting this, now mango 20, apple 5, orange 50. Can't I present this as a percentage out of 40 students? Now I have full amount has been given. There are 40 people. Out of 40, 20 prefer mango, 5 prefer apple, orange 50. Then which fruit preferred least by least amount of people? Which fruit is preferred least? Apple. And what's going on now? My pie will have the smallest slice for apple. Then I can show them as a percentage. Right? So then normally pie chart is used to represent percent or proportions or percentage values. Then if I am to draw it somewhere like this, the smallest proportion goes for mango. This may be mango. Then highest is, sorry, smallest is not mango, apple. Then the largest is mango. Then mango part is very large. Well, consider this as mango section. And the next largest amount is going to be the orange. Now, in that manner, we represent it. Right? So, that's the idea. Pie charts are used whenever we have proportions are to be disclosed. Even the line charts are used to show a growth or fall. And then the column charts are used to represent individual events which are independent to one another. Hope that the things are clear. Okay. Right. Then that's it. Now we'll go back to the question here. It says that write down the most suitable chart type available in spreadsheet software from the given list of charts for the following. Now we have to select the chart. This is a regular question in all the past papers. What is it telling? To show comparisons of types accidents involving each vehicle type in the same graph. Right? To show comparisons of types of accidents involving each vehicle type. Each vehicle type we have to go for the comparisons. What is it? Now simply just interpret how could it be plot. Show comparisons. We have to go for the comparisons of types of accidents involving each vehicle type in the same graph. Comparisons of types. We have to have a comparison of each type, comparisons of types of accidents, type of accidents. Here we can go for critical. So this is okay. I'll just move this a little bit up. Otherwise, my logo is going on. That's also a headache here. Okay, we'll see. Now, in this case, here we have fatal accident. Then the other one, minor accidents. Then I can't remember the other one, small accident or whatever thing. We have to have a comparison. Fatal accidents, how many? Minor accidents, how many? This one, how many? Now, they are independent. Fatal accident, minor accident, independent. What is the preferred graph for this one? Not area, a bar graph is the selected version. You are clear? Sleepy? My kids. You got the answers? Understood it? No. Too much. Respond me. Hey. You understood it, right? Fine. Now, according to the description, show the comparisons of types of accidents. We have to have the types of accidents, we have to compare them involving each vehicle type in the same graph. Then, how many fatal accidents of the types? Then we have to go for bar graph in it. Even it has some other part, each vehicle type is also given. And now, for fatal, now really the graph comes in a quite complex manner. If I'm considering the type of vehicle as well, then if I go for fatal category, in the table, there are a lot given here. Fatal motorcycle this much, lorry this much. And now the graph goes in a quite complex manner. When I go to the fatal category, still we have to say the vehicles. The motorcycle this much, then lorry this much, this much. Then the other one, the mine accidents. So still it's going to compare. Since it is a comparison, we have to go for line chart. That's fine. Right. Then the next. To show the number of fatal accidents for each vehicle type. To show the number of fatal accidents of each vehicle type. Number of fatal. Now this is quite limited. Number of fatal accidents. Here we go for fatal of each accident type. And now what is going to be? Number of fatal accidents of each vehicle type. And now what's going to be? My graph can be in multiple ways. So there we can have a pie chart. We have total number of fatal accident. Motorcycle this much, lorry this much, we can create the total. That is 2000 somewhere like that. Out of this much, motorcycle accidents are this. So we can go for the entire circle representing 2805. Then highest is going to be motorcycle. Next is going to be lorry, 300. Next is the dual purpose. And in that event, since we have a total amount produced and how much each to be present, proportions, percentages are there. So going to be a pie chart. That's fine. Is it clear? Right. So that's going to be the pie chart in it. Also, the marking scheme accept if you write that as line chart. Right. So we can present that as a line even. Why? Then the vehicles are here. Line is not that practical really, and we are going to say how many vehicles are there. Right. Even the marking scheme accept a scattergram. So I don't explain scattergram here. That is statistical distribution. We'll just leave it for the while. Otherwise, it takes time. Right. Then that's about 2021 discussion. Then we'll move on to 2023 discussion of the spreadsheet part. Right. Now this is still going to be quite a larger document or the spreadsheet, telling that the following spreadsheet shows some statistics related to amount of energy generated from solar power for period of this in selected 12 countries. Then here we have different countries listed. These are the years. 2011, following spreadsheet shows some statistics related to the amount of energy generated. In solar, energy generation is given. Right. Then solar power for the period here along with the countries. Right. Now the first one says that in column N here, increase of 12 years. What is that? A very simple point. Now 2010 they have generated 3.3 39. In 2021, the solar power generation had been increased. Then they want to represent increase in 12 years. Within the 12 years, how much of increase is there? Initiated by this much, ended with this, then what is the point there? What is the way to calculate the increase? The recent value minus the initial value. So recent value goes with m, row number is 3 minus b 3, that is the formula. Then we have to write it as equal m3 minus b3, equal is important. There is a formula expected. I think that's a question as well. Write down the suitable formula in N3 to get the 12 years increase in Australia. Australia N3, that is the formula M3 minus B3. Very simple. They are really just like common sense. Then assume the formula written in cell N3 is copied to the cell N4 to N14. So this formula had been copied from N4 to N14. Fill handle that towards downwards. This formula had been fill handled. The columns are not changing, only the rows are changing. Rows are increasing. Okay. Get the increase of value of other countries. Write down the formula to show the increase value of Sri Lanka in N12. So N12 we have Sri Lanka. This is a place. Then they expect what is the formula once you fill handle it here. So then somewhere here it's going to be M3. When you copy that into the 12th one, that is going to be equal M12 minus M12, not B. Minus B12. Once it is going down. Very simple. Next, column O is used to display the increase of power generation in 2021 relative to 2020. And now the other column O, it says that here column O increase in 21 relative to 20. Now, not long distance, 20 to 21 relative distance, relative increase. I'll erase everything. 20 to 21 increase is here. Okay. Here we have small increase, 20 to 21 increase in the cell O. Simply somewhere here it is going to be equal M3 minus L3. M3 cell minus L3 cell. Okay. Then relative to 20. What is the formula to be written in O15 cell? O15 cell to display the lowest increase value. Right. Now they don't expect whatever I wrote. They want the lowest increase. What is that? Lowest increase here. In row 15, lowest increase of this. Then there we have to consider the column O along with these values. And now lowest, now what is the formula? Equal min, the cell range is O3 colon from this to here. The lowest one is O14. That is the lowest. Correct? O3 to O14. Then further, the other part says, what is the formula to be written in cell O16 to display the highest increase of value? Then this is the lowest. What is highest then? Still we need to go for the maximum of it. This is going to give you max, what is that? O3 colon O14. That is a maximum. Right? Then there are simple points if you understand what they expect. Now that's why I say that Excel question you can score the full marks, but don't make mistakes in it. Learn perfectly. Right? Then the 14th. Assume that the cell P3 is not shown. Formula this is entered to display the ratio between Australia's increase and highest increase. So, however, this formula is not suitable to be copied to the cell range P4 to P14. What is this talking? They say, yes, I'll erase this everything. Right. Assume that in cell P3, here my cells are ending from O, MNO, P is the upcoming column. It's not shown, that's what this is there. This column is used for a purpose like what? The formula O3 over O16. O3 over O16. Here, O3 over O16 into 100. What is that? O3 means this one over O16. O16 is somewhere here, the highest value. Highest increase. Now, this is having the increase representation. This is the increase of Australian amount with the highest value as a ratio. Australian increase along with the highest value into 100. Hare. Then what is the question? They still represent that as assume that P3 is this formula is entered to display the ratio between Australian increase and the highest increase. Hari, Australian increase versus highest increase. However, this formula is not suitable to be copied to the cell range P4 to P14 to display the ratios from other countries. And now you understand that. Then you understand that this formula is not ready to be used for the other countries. When you fill handle this formula, when you fill handle this for the other country to find the increase with the highest, you may fill handle it. If so, what is the equation now? It is going to be O, this is O3, going to be O4 over, we had O16, still goes down, making it as O17 into 100. This is not suitable, let's say that. And now what is the change to be done? Make this 16 absolute, isn't that? When you fill handle this down, all these numbers, the rows are changing. But highest value should not change. Instead, the country value should be changing. And now, this is going to be relative, this is going to be absolute. In that manner, what is the correct version then? Then the correct version is O3 divided by $16 into 100. I don't have space, I'll write like this, right? Into 100. So then this is the correct order how you write it with the equal sign. Hope that you are clear. This is going to be fixed even when you fill handle this formula downwards. But Q3 should be changing into Q4, Q5, Q6, but not Q, sorry, O, O3, O4, O5, O16 remains the same, and that has to be made as absolute. Hope that you are clear. Right. Then the next part. Right. They say that yes, somewhere here. Write down the correct formula that needs to be entered into the P3. Then that's the correct formula. From line and pie charts, what is the most suitable to compare the changes of solar power generation of these countries over the period here? Briefly justify your answer. From the line and pie chart, now we have only two selections, line and pie. What is the most suitable to compare the changes of solar power generation of these countries over the period 2010 to 21? Right? Now here they are giving us the time period 2010 and 2021. If so, x-axis should represent time. And then compare the changes of solar power generation. And along with the time years 2010, 2011, 2012, what are the solar power generations? And that is going to be presenting as what? Increase or decrease. What is the answer then? Line chart. Not coming as a percentage. That's clear. Time nang obviously line along with the timeline. Right, then that's all for that particular question. Right. Then 2023 MCQs are remaining. Right. We'll cover that part as well. Now today really I had a plan of covering the database as well as the spreadsheet part both, but I don't think that it's nice to take database at the moment. Therefore we'll finish the Excel part and going for the database on the next day. So then next day my plan was to do the session on Wednesday evening. Now Thursday I have doubts so since I have regular A-level classes as well. Then I may thought of doing that on Wednesday evening. So by next week we'll try to avoid all these obstacles and to give a better environment for you to attend live. So there we'll try to go for the database part as well as some web development part or the network part. Right? So rather than revising this much, now I need your feedback as well, Puti, right? Even at the moment, if you give me the feedback, that's quite good for me to arrange my sessions. So just the first question, is it worth explaining the theories as I did little while ago, or just taking questions and discussing is the worth environment for you all? Now there are no much more people at the moment. I don't know whether it's good to ask a question as such, but with the available people, I'm asking, which one is preferred by you people? You don't need to wait for the others. Just give your own opinion. Just discussing the questions is worth, or giving a brief theory background and going for the questions is good, especially in database part. Database now I think better to revise the things, right? Yes, one said that better to explain the important theory part. So what about the explanations I did today regarding Excel part? Is that worth or unnecessary? Did I go too much or manage? It's clear, ne? It's one. So that level is okay, right? I think that's fine. I think only one person is replying, right? Ah, no. Sorry. Right. That means the way we did today is fine, right? Is it? So normally I'm not a regular O-level ICT teacher. I'm doing my A-level sessions, but this is fine for you, right? Okay, with the O-level mentality, fine. Okay, fine. Then I'm success. Okay, thank you for your feedback. We'll see, right? So then the next day I'll. That's the plan. So still not yet finished. Wait. Hey, you can't leave. Still going on, right? Then so next plan is that to cover the database part as well as some other HTML or network part. Network now we know that we have a huge, so no need to explain everything. There I'll take questions and explain one by one. But HTML or web development part is quite worth, I hope, when I'm going through the sessions. We'll see. Right. Okay, now go to 2023 MCQs. There it says that consider the following spreadsheet, questions 16 and 17, right? Then what will be displayed in cell D1? If the formula count is entered into this. Now there's a certain unnecessary character came, this less than sign, remove it, it's a printing error. Then what will be displayed in D1 cell if this formula is there? That formula will cover A1 to C1. What is A1? A1 to C1 here. These cells are covered, comma, sorry, it has to be comma, I think. A1 to C1 and B2. Yes, that has to be comma. There's a printing error, I think, in the question. Even I have printed the same version. Yes, this has to be comma, Puti, right? So when I'm copying that, something went wrong. Sorry, this has to be turned as equal count. You have to modify that as A1 colon C1 comma B2. That should be the question, right? Not colon again, otherwise it's meaningless. Then A1 to C1 covers here as well as B2. B2 cell is this. Then we need to count. Count the cells with numerics. 1, 2, 3 and 4. So then he is giving the answer as 4. So then it's the second answer. Very simple. But there's a printing error. I apologize for the error. Then 17, what will be displayed in cell D3? Now we are going into cell D3. This is cell, okay. D3, if the formula, this is entered into this. Now that's good. The priority operators we did, right? It says that A1, I'll replace these cells with the corresponding value. A1 contains 3. Then exponent or the power C3. C3 somewhere here. That is going to be 1. And then star brackets C1. C1 is going to be 4 minus B1. B1 is going to be 2. Hurry. B1 is going to be 2. Now we want to get this executed. In the execution order, what is the highest priority? Brackets, exponent, multiplication, division, plus and minus. So I have to move on to the brackets at first. This exam level question. This bracket has to be executed. 4 minus 2 is going to be 2 into 1 exponent 3. What is next? Exponent 2 to the power 1. This 2 to the power 1 is maths. Still not 2. 3. 3 to the power 1 is 3 into 2. That's going to give you 6. So then there the answer is going to be the 6, the first one. Hurry, very simple. It won't take 2 minutes even. Then the next one, which of the following are valid cell addresses? Cell addresses. So cell address should have column name as well as the row name, row number. That's a cell address. Then on that way, what is it? Which of the following are valid cell addresses? K2, is that valid? Column K, row 2, valid, no issue. Right? Then this is $K, $2. $K says that make column absolute, $2, row absolute. Is it still valid? No issue. Then K2 $. Here K $2. Dollar is expected to make behind value fixed, but we don't have anything behind. Therefore, this is invalid. You know that. This is again K $2. This is fine. $2 is fine. And again dollar is there. We don't have any other value behind that. Therefore, this is still wrong. And only the answers 1 and 2 are valid. First one is the answer. You understand the issues in it? Good. Then moving into the next questions. That's all. So, they are the simpler level of questions in it. Now, 2014, the recent paper, we will start from the spreadsheet questions, right? MCQs. Which of the following are valid column names in spreadsheet? Columns here A, B, C, D, E, F, G. Once you reach Z, what is the next column? A, B, AC, AD likewise. So, then we all know that this increase in the columns, right? So, I think I don't want to show you. Shall I? Here, this is a sample Excel sheet that I were working with. Right? Now, here we see the cell address is going to be somewhere like here the column K, L, M, N, O, P, Q, R, S, T. Now it's going to be with AA. Then if once you reach AZ, BA, likewise this is keep going. Then whenever these letters are over, it's going to have 3. You see that? Still 3 letters are also going on, right? So, in that manner, the columns are changing rapidly, right? Right. Hope that you are clear. Then they ask which of the following are valid column names in spreadsheet? BZ, valid the? Yes. Then A4 columns are having numbers are going for the rows. Then this is invalid. A1 to B3, that is not column, that is cell range. From A1 to B3 cell range, still not valid. They want the column names. Then B, that's also valid. B is a column, and only 1 and 4, 3 is the answer, right? Then the other one, question 14 and 15. Which of the following functions can be used to display the minimum mark of the practical and theory marks of all 4 students? Minimum marks of practical and theory. Here we will observe that student practical theory. Then here we have practical marks, here we have theory marks. They want the minimum of practical and theory marks of 4 students. Here we have the 4 students. Along with practical and theory all, we want to find the minimum. And now, there we must specify the cell range covering all these, isn't that? Among practical and theory, we want to find the minimum. Okay. Then at that moment, minimum, the starting cell is going to be B2. Ending cell is going to be C5. And we can write it as minimum B2 to C5. This is correct. Again, they say that B2, B5, B2, B5, C2, C5. That is covering this cell, this cell, this cell, this cell. Is that giving the minimum out of all? Not. It's wrong. Minimum B2 to B5. B2 to B5, B2 to B5, minimum of this. You understand this? There it comes like B2 colon B5, comma C2 colon C5. එනම් C2 colon C5 gives this range, C2 colon C5, then B2 colon B5 gives this cell range. Then that's working, right? And 2 and 3 are the answers for the question. Hope that you are clear, right? There's a comment coming. I thought I knew everything in spreadsheet, but I didn't learn about left to right and right to charts. Okay, that's it, Pate. Now, normally I have the experience. Now, just to have a small chat. Now, you people feel that Excel, Word, database are simple. Really, they are simple. But not only in the subject ICT, in all the subjects, you people, you are just beginners. You people feel that you know everything. Why? You are learning things new to you. That's happening. So we learn something new. Then we find, oh, we got a big thing. But compared to the field, it's negligible. Therefore, examiners will question you in multiple areas. So that's what, how much powerful you are. Now, we'll talk later, right? It's too late. Otherwise, there are a lot to talk. But you people are innocent, really, right? So still you are in the age of 13, 14, 15. So very small kids. I know that. So then that's your mentality, Pute. So we all feel that. So this is, I'm okay, I'm fine. But you will not compatible to the paper. I'll explain. We'll talk later, right? So in our next session, I'll explain that. Since we are running out of time, I can't take much more time. I'll share my experience with you. Today is not the time, right? Really, I'm telling that I don't want to waste your time, Pute, right? Now you are struggling. So still you are fed up. We'll continue, right? Right. Okay. 15. If the formula, this thing is entered into cell D2, D2, right? This is D2, okay? If the formula B2 into this, whatever the cell formula is entered to D2 cell and then copied to D3, it is there in D2, you fill handle that to D3, okay? What will be the formula that will appear in D3? That's what we did going. So you just fill handle that, move your cell downwards, increase the row. We increase the row, not the column. So D remains as it is. These cells are, the row is increasing by 1. And what will happen to the increase here? Here, now I'll enlarge this, then we can together go through that. This is the formula entered, increase by 1 row. And B2 turns into what? B3. I increase that by 1. B remains the same. Into G remains the same. $1. And is this 1 changing? No, it remains as it is. Over 100 remains. C2 changes into C3. I'll go for this place, right? That's quite clear. And B2 turns into B3. Agree? Into G $1. $1 is not changing. Over 100 plus C2 turns into C3 into G $2 over 100. That's it. Then they ask what is the answer. So this should be the answer. What is it? B3. This is one of the answer. It may be. This is one of the answer. What is it? This is not changing the D2, G2. This is the answer, I hope. Sorry. B3 $100 C3 this thing, right? 2 is the answer. So that's easily selectable, no issue at all. Right. Right. Now we'll move on to the 2024, the recent question paper. The writing question, essay question. Right. That's also quite a lengthy question, second paper question. So my target is to take the Excel question without making mistakes. I know that all the people who are doing ICT will take Excel question, but you may lose marks. That's a challenge, right? So manage your question without losing any single mark. The following spreadsheet shows the income and expense of a school workshop. Right? A big sheet. Hopefully, I am telling you that whenever you get the question put in the second paper, try to go through by taking small time. Don't take hours. Just take 5 minutes maximum. Observe this. Everyone has common sense. Try to understand what this present. It says that income expense in a workshop. Okay. Just to go through parallelly with you, I'll just read it. Workshop budget. Number of participants 200. For the workshop, 200 people have part. Just read it and get an idea. This is 200. Likewise. Then the date. This is the date where the workshop might have been taken place. Category income. Here we have income. Registration fee. Workshop registration quantity 200. There were 200 participants. Then 2005 total amount. Registration fee is 2500. There are 200. We got an income like this. Ilangata sponsorship. There are 2 sponsorship out of 100,000. We got it. Then sales, t-shirt and mugs. We got this much. In a total income for the entire workshop, 800,000. Profitable business. Okay. Then expense for the workshop, lunch, 200 has to be given. There are 200 participants. One is 1005. Patta lunch. Then this much of expense is there. Then materials 200. Then refreshment. Then transportation, speak and traveling cost. So then to hire the speak and whatever the thing, 1000 has been given. That's an expense. Then decorations, t-shirt, mugs, printing, this much. Then total expense is this. Now when you read that, you may fairly understand what it is in case like this. Alright. And then the net total expense is this net income. How to get the net income? This is a total income, this much of expense, this is a profit. Then profit percentage, they compute that. Right? Likewise, get an idea about this worksheet. Now earlier one I didn't explain that in this manner, 2023, I'll come to that later, but for the moment 2024 is clear. So even 25 your paper, once you get the Excel question, try to spend a small time on reading and get an idea what it is. It would be easy for you to work out on the questions. Right. We'll see. What formula would be written in cell E8? E is the last column. E8. Registration fee. Here. This is cell. It says that what formula should be written in cell E8 to calculate the total amount of registration fee? Total amount of registration fee, what is the formula? 2,500, 200 participants are there. And what is that? It's a multiplicative formula. So then what is it going to be? Equal this cell into this, isn't that? Nothing. And that cell is going to be C8 into D8. Very simple point. Obviously, the first part is very simple. Right. Then the next part. Write down the formula should be written into the following events. In E11, total income. E9, total expense. Very simple. We have to go for E11 total income. Total income, what is it? Income along with all these events. And that's going to be equal sum, total nang it's going to be sum. What are the cell range? This is going to be E8 colon goes to E10. Am I correct? It's going to be E8 to E10. Also, we have to get the total expense. Here, in order to get the total expense, what is it? Still, I'll erase everything here. This is the place where we mark the total expense. These values are the available expenses. How to get the total expense? Equal, still sum, better to go for the cell range. Starting cell is this. E13 colon E, the last one goes with 18. So then that is what the total expense is. Still nothing. Right. Next. Assuming that the net income is defined as total minus expense, write the formula in E12, net income. We predicted it, right? So net income is total income minus total expense. What is the formula? This cell minus this, right? Enang, that is not the sum, just deducting the cells. Enang equals this cell. What is that cell value? E11 minus the expense is E19. So then we don't want to worry about any absolute cells. Why? They are only handled in this manner. No need to fill handle them towards the other values. Hare. Then the next question. Now they are pretty easy. The number of participants 200 is repeated in cell E8, E13, E14 and E15. 200 is repeated in E8, E13. What are they? E8, E13. 200 participants. Here, this is repeating in E8 loop, as well as E13, E14, E12 and E15. Harini? There are 200 participants, workshop registration 200 people, lunch packet 200, material 200, refreshment 200. 200 into whatever the unit price. Okay. Then what is the point? Is repeated in cells this. Write down the formula that is more suitable to be entered in each of them instead of 200. In those formulas, rather than writing 200, what is the best way of referring to this? We don't need to write 200. Instead, what is the way to represent that? Rather than writing 200, can't I mention this cell for all these places? It says that number of participants is 200. And here I don't want to type 200. I just mark this as B4. Rather than writing it as this way, I am writing it as B4. Then B4 is referring to that particular cell. And B4, once they read it, it gives the 200 value. Even here we can write it as B4 into this place. When you write it, is it okay to write that as absolute? No issue. Why? Then I may write this instead of 200, I am writing it as $B, $4. That's also fine. Then whoever fill handle it remains the same. Or else you can directly write it as B4. Why? Assuming that we don't want to fill handle that further. Both the answers are okay. I think you understood it. Is it quite different than earlier? But I think you all got it. Is it fine, right? Then that's one another important area came into our recent paper. Right. Next, right. Now the fifth one. Choosing from the given list, write down the number of formatting categories and options that have been applied to the following cells. Now that's what I said, that these questions are quite different than previous. They ask the formatting part even. What are the formatting categories of the cell E4 and E20? We'll see that E4 and E20. E column. E column is the last column. E4 and E20. E4, right, E4 and E20. E4 is this, E20 is the net income place, right? What is E4? What type of formatting is applied here? We can say that this is presenting this as date and time. And now the cell has been formatted to represent date value. So the formatting is going to be date and time formatting. Why? These cells are formatted as numbers. This has to be formatted as date value. This is going to be a date. Right? Then E20 gives a net income. That is not a date. What is that? That's going to be a numeric value with this decimals. And now what is that formatting? Goes to be somewhere like yes, yes, then this is going to be formatted as a decimal value. Right. A number with decimal places. This is formatted as decimal value. This is going to be a date and time. Now we will see the question back here. Choosing from the given list. Now they have given list, I didn't care about it. Write down the numbers of the formatting categories and options that have been applied to the following cells. In E4, what are the formattings added? Date. It's going to be with date format, no issue. Then E20, it's going to be decimal places, number, percentage. It will never be percentage. 1000 separate is there. You see that in that here 94 comma thousands are separated by comma, and a 1000 separator is added into that one. In that particular place 1000 separator is there. 1000 separator, time is not there. Then number formatting is there. It is formatted as numbers as well as decimal places. Right. So then for E4, I'll erase everything and come from the beginning. Then for E20, we can say that it has the decimal places. Okay. It has the numbers. It has the 1000 separator. You can select them. And for E4, it's going to be date and time. That's all. Not time, it's only date, not the time. Only the date is there. Right. Now 6. From the column and pie charts, again the chart issue, I said that charts are always tested. Column charts and pie charts, what is the most suitable chart type for each of the following? To display the total amounts of different income and expenses. Total amount of different income and expenses. Total amount of different expenses and income. Total amount of different income and expenses. What is it? Column. Income, expense. That's it, right? Then the graph type is going to be this side income, this side expense. Then we write the total amount. Income is this much, expense is this much. Independent events in total income and total expense. Right. Total income and expense. Then the other event is to display the total amounts of different income components as a percentage. Percentage. Different income components as a percentage. What is that? Now, hint is percentage. Now, what is a chart? No need to decide much more. Percentage is going to be pie chart. Right? Now, the detailed version is total amounts of different income components. Different income components. Here, these are the incomes. Total amount. Here, these are the income. Out of the total is representing 800,000. Then 500,000 is registration. Then other part. So, percentage can be represented. Out of the whole, each income percentages, income sources. Right? That's going to be the pie chart. Then there the answers are, right. There the answers are to display this thing. It's going to be line chart. Line chart means, sorry, not the column chart, sorry. This is going to be column chart. The other one is going to be the pie chart. Then seventh one, what will be displayed in cell C20 if the following formula is mistakenly entered into this? C20, this formula. Right. Then I'll go back to the sheet. Right. C20 cell, somewhere here. C is this. C20 cell, this one. Right. Then C20 cell, this is a cell, C20. The formula is given as, I'll write it, C17 exponent C9 over 2 minus 180 minus C10 into 3. Hurry. Then I will replace the values of the sheet. C17, A, B, C, C17 means somewhere like 10. It's 10. Exponent C9, 2. Then within brackets C17 C9 divide by 2. C9 goes to be divided by 2 minus 180 C10 ABC C10 10 is 50 into 3. This is the one to be executed. You understand that? Replace the cell values with the numbers. And now what to be executed at first? Brackets. When I execute bracket, we have minus and multiplication. What is first? Multiplication has to be done at first. And now the formula turns into, I'll go for area where I have space. Here. No, I won't have. Here, this is good, right? Now I want to execute this. And now I am going to perform this. This is going to be 150 minus 180 inside the brackets. And the others are going to be 2 over 2 exponent 10. Then I'll move to the top. Now still the bracket is there. Bracket reduces that into 30. And now 10 exponent 2 over 2 minus 30. What is the next priority? Exponent power going to give you 100 divide by 2 minus 30. 100 divided by 2 is 50 minus 30, giving you 20 as the answer. Better write them in stepwise, so answer has to be 20. Right, then that's it. I think that's all, right? I think I discussed the Excel part. We don't have any other part in the second paper. That's it. Right. Okay. What is it then? Right. So then this is what our title is, the day one in our O-level seminar. So then with many more obstacles and with the support of our advanced online team, so really there's a big support from the online platform where I am conducting my online classes. So I'm conducting my online class through advanced online website. So then so they gave a big support for me to do this online seminar in this manner. So I'm much more thankful for those people, the entire staff. At the same time, the big thank goes for all my participants for the first day. With many more obstacles, you were able to tolerate this session to make this highly successful. Okay, so then this is not the end. So this is the beginning only. So then next day we'll meet. So I'll inform you through the group the next day plan. Obviously, next day I'm covering the database part. And if we have time, I'll take you to the other part. Hopefully, it may be HTML or the network. After doing those two main areas, we'll do complete papers. That's my plan. Whenever we take the question, especially in the second paper, first question, you all know that, right? 20-mark question. So that's essential to be covered. So then I may take few years of such questions and explain each and every question, covering the theory background behind that, while going for MCQ papers as well as other writing questions gradually. Okay? So that's a big plan, but we don't have much more days. Exam is on February, so hopefully we have few more days. But within that, I'm trying my best to help you as an A-level teacher, right? So don't misunderstand. I'm not an O-level teacher. I'm not doing my regular O-level classes. I'm doing my A-level classes only with my A-level knowledge. On the other way around, I'm a university teacher as well. So that's another qualification I'm having. So with all my experiences, I'm giving this free package for my next younger generation. Hope that you obtain a big thing, right? So then whatever we did today, I'm putting the final video into YouTube as a recorded session. So our live was not successful by omitting or removing whatever the breakings. I'll completely edit this and publish them at YouTube. So you can revise this and also share that with your friends to give a gift for one of your child, one of your students or friends who are doing ICT, and ask many more people to get connected to our WhatsApp group to meet in our next session, right? So then you people are just giving me thanking messages. So then really I appreciate your presence and your courageous as well as your support given to me. So hope that this may continue for our upcoming sessions as well, right? So I'll stop here without taking much more time, and this time just a small instruction. So you have little time for your O-levels, Pute. So 1 month ahead, then use this time maximally targeting for 9 A's. You all can, right? So I see that whatever the participants here, you have full of confidence, full of effort put into your academics. Keep it up. We'll expect big results from you all. And in our advanced level classes, I want you to see people like you with highly enthusiastic on academics. We'll see, right? So before that, finish your O-levels. We'll see how it is going to be, right? Then I'll stop here. Good night. Thank you for your participation.